This is McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Mr. John Luke McKen's office at McKen Law Firm carries the executive order. This executive order they got for the 45th President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump and Mr. Joe Biden, running against Donald Trump for the 47th election. He's going to be running for 47th President. Mr. Joe Biden's 46th President, Mr. Joe Biden. Mr. Waltz is his launched not training campaign operative, and of course Kamala Harris. She's going to run for the presidential election against Donald J. Trump. Now that Mr. Waltz, Mr. Kamala Harris, Vice President of Joe Biden, and the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump, former 45th President of the United States of America. The presidential primary election carries the executive order. And Mr. Joe Biden, Mr. Kamala Harris, the presidential primary election, and their services they have at the COVID. Now that COVID-19 policy regulation, we YouTube ExxonMobil. Now ExxonMobil is called ConocoPhillips oil company, oil refining, providing trillions and trillions and trillions of gallons of the presidential primary election, Mr. Donald J. Trump. We get that in YouTube URL. Now it used to be ExxonMobil, now it's called ConocoPhillips. Now OWNERCIMARON5INC has a YouTube URL, North American foreign imports. Now, they're foreign imports. This place is built in the United States of America, here in Moses Lake, Washington. Same with the dollar store. Now, the dollar store was going to be a McDonald's, but we call Pennsylvania McDonald's. And the presidential primary election campaign, Donald Trump and his fries, sorting through the fries like Burger King and like McDonald's. Now, the oil refined is canola. Canola is a fine oil, vegetable oil used for fries. Line washed and washed potato provides French fries for McDonald's and Burger King. And also Burger King provides services for Burger King. And they transport their services, oil refinery called ConocoPhillips, that trillions upon trillions of gallons provided services for all fuel pumps, fuel stations in Othello, Kennewick, Tri-Cities, Columbus Center Mall. Now, we got YouTube of Lamb Weston washed potato going on YouTube and URL, taking the raw material from washed potato. And then, of course, the explosion by a propane canisters blew up washed potato because the propane lines were exposed to the fire at washed potato. Mr. Don Ensign, he's the mayor of Warden, Washington. And of course, Chad Cole is the mayor, the new mayor of Warden, Washington, and City Hall. So we got the YouTube URL, we got Chad, and we got, of course, Don Ensign. Now, Don Ensign picks me up and takes me to my destination point, the GTA, and also the People bus. There's a police department and City Hall there, and they drop you off right there. And it connects to the Ben Franklin transfer station. Now, currently, the Ben Franklin transfer station has a bus pass, July 13th of 2024, Donald Trump's assassination. So we got the GTA buses and the BFT, the credit card transaction reports, and also abstract record. We're at the United States Army base, and Mrs. Annalisa, she was involved in a car accident with a deer. So we YouTube 2 hours and 39 minutes of Benton County Justice Department, Eric I. Singer, Norma Rodriguez, Ryan Ludskin, and also the Washington State Trooper Association at the Larson Air Force Base, United States Army base on YouTube, on URL, at a bus stop. So the bus and GTA here in Grant County Courthouse. The Grant County Courthouse, we got a bus stop sign there now. Because the George Washington House and also University of Washington, Mr. Andy Miller, Mr. Bill Gates, University of Washington, they have a gigantic forum of the presidential primary election, the 45th presidential primary election, Donald Trump. So Bill Gates took that opportunity of forwarding and bringing Mr. Bill Gates into the mansion area on Washington Lake at 1835 73rd Avenue. And Mr. John Luke McKinnon took me to Bill Gates. Well, my motion was to go to Bill Gates' estates, and he dropped me off at Warden, Mr. John Luke McKinnon, in his vehicle. And on my way to Bill Gates' mansion at 1835 73rd Avenue. Not Reading, not Kirkland, not the Microsoft, the 73rd Medina, King County area. Now that service that they have, Mr. John Luke McKinnon, is at 509-765-4451. Fax, 509-765-6019. The presidential primary election, and that presidential primary election, Carla, Virginia McKinnon. Oh, of course, we have in the background here, in the driveway. In the driveway, we got Ivanka Trump in the driveway. Now, Ivanka Trump got a sod. We got flowers. We got shrubs. We got all that downfall, information of COVID-19 policy regulation of all that corruption. Now, Bill Gates is formally hand-to-hand with that Microsoft component, because that laptop that Bill Gates repaired for Felix Barela, and then coming here on the premises with the FedEx UPS confirmation signature verification presidential primary election, 45th, 46th, 47th. Now that policy regulation, Don Day Jump, Eric Eisinger, Norman Rodriguez, Ryan Ludskin, Andy Miller, Dano Garth. He gets a little office. Dano Garth got an office on Broadway. It says Dano Garth Attorney's Office. This is McKen Law Firm in Kennewick and Moses Lake, Washington. Now, we got the presidential primary election. We got a little bird. We had a little bird nest actually going. A bird nest, an eagle, actually. All the way from the Army base, all the way from George Washington House, number 42, in Ephrata, Northwest, Ephrata, Washington, 98823, Grant County Courthouse. Mr. Mike Celtic, his Brooks Athletic Club in Ephrata. And George Washington House is Brooks Athletic Club because it's right across from Grant County Courthouse, where George Washington, first president of the United States of America, condoned his services and his service and policy regulation of the presidential primary election. And go figure. We got the presidential primary election. We got Mr. McKen Law Firm at 519-765-4451. Fax 509. We got the Locksmith on YouTube. We got the Base and the Herald on YouTube. The Total Policy Regulation and Service on YouTube URL and Zoom. And also we got the Samurai 5. We got Amir Singh Nijjar. We got the High Street Insurance Company on YouTube URL. We got Ivana Hernandez on YouTube URL. We got the direct deposit. We got a mailbox. See, then there's no mailbox, but the mailbox is paid for. So that business renewal that we got going on for the McKen Law Firm, the Cimarron5INC, Country High Basin Pacific Insurance, it's called High Street Financial Insurance Company in Othello. Right next to STCU drive-through drop-box deposit, right across the street. Cimarron 5 is right across the street. And of course, we got the Plant Fitness Gym Facility on YouTube URL and pictures and photos at Pizza Hut in Othello, Washington. Also, Mr. Felix, Attorney's Office, and Mr. Sackman Law Firm and Jackie Sackman Law Firm at 45 East Hemlock. We got Ace Hardware right next to Mr. Sackman Law Firm and Felix Law Firm, and also the mansion area, which is, the mansion is a $2 million mansion. It's called a facility. They want to be a fitness facility, a $2 million mansion. This $2 million can be a fitness facility, a Planet Fitness facility. And the Mid-Columbia Library is right across the street, and also Pizza Factory and Pizza Hut. And also the Grant County, Benton County, and also the property that sits on Adams County and Grant County and Franklin County, which is Benton County, is on our property, on the entire property line. Now, making a president primary election, Donald J. Trump and his successors, of president's primary election, a fax confirmation, a fax machine. Now, this fax machine generated the president's primary election and also a business license renewal and a birth certificate that issues out to this fax machine at McKen Law Firm. His business license at John Luke McKen's office, a certificate of live birth, Felix Barela, October 21st, 1972 at 10:41 a.m. And then print out a Washington State Department license Uniform Commercial Code debitor information search report. Now, this search report generated a policy regulation, Mr. Donald J. Trump, and also the OWNERCIMARON5INC, the presidential primary election, and also the successors that carry the administration office at a lien type search and a lien status search, and all search limit search by logic used as standard, October 30th, 2024, and at 3:53, 2:23 seconds p.m., October 29th, 2020 through the date, and also Sarah A. McClamant, Assistant Attorney General at 8127 West Klamath Court, Building 6, Suite A, Chinook, Washington, 509-734-728 7290. Email sarah@atg.gov. Now, Teresa Saylor, Administrative Support Assistant. Sarah McClamant, she carries that authorization and service, an administration office that carries that administration office. Now, Sarah McClamant carries that administration office to its successors. Because the presidential primary election, certificates of filing, office certifies attached, lists representative of finance statements, file the department license uniform commercial code, and through shown above. Marcus J. Glassberg is director. Teresa Brinston, she does the same job as Marcus J. Glassberg director is. Governor Jay Inslee, and also Kim Wayman and Steve Hobbs. Now, Department License Department has this State of Washington Department of License Business Provisions certified, issued out to McKen Law Firm through a fax machine. And that fax machine generates a presidential primary election photograph and signature. W. Doug Business, approved in education, and also the providing the W. Dewall Business License, a Department License Department Business and Profession Division Notary Program, P.O. Box 3777, Olympia, Washington. The presidential primary election is printed out on the formal service of the presidential primary election. Now, Donald J. Trump, the president primary election, issues out the command and the service of the seals of documents by the United States President of the United States, the 47th, former 45th, and finding that COVID-19 policy regulation authorization with a presidential executive order. Now, that executive order has been provided at McKen Law Firm, and providing that authorization with the services has to go through a process of presidential ballot forms and successors. Now, if the successors and the ballot forms that bring the administration office to his successors. State file is 146-1972-34775. First name Felix, last name Barela, October 21st, 21st, 1970, 10:41 a.m. Place, birth, city, county, state, Richland, Benton County, Washington. Facility is Cadillac Richland Hospital. Mother, place of birth, Nebraska, 30 years. Father's place of birth, Texas, 32 years. So we got YouTube URL. We got Donald J. Trump's certification letter here. It's a policy YouTube URL of a business renewal. This is President Donald Trump signed on here of Moses Lake, Washington,